So you're thinking about an inexpensive wireless microphone system for your church or small ministry? This is a video you want to watch. Hey, welcome back to Church Talk. My name is Rob, and today I'm going to be giving you my opinion of the VocoPro microphone system. All right, I do not own VocoPro. I've only used them a few times, but they are one of the cheaper or more, let's say, budget-friendly microphone systems out there that a lot of smaller churches tend to be using. I've been to a few churches that are using them, and I've been a part of, I say a part of, but we've led worship at a few events to where everything was on a small scale. So the guy with the mixer, he was using a VocoPro system, and so I want to give you guys my opinion of this equipment. Starting off, how they feel. They don't feel too bad. They don't feel like like the Shure Beta 87 that I'm used to. That's my weekly mic that I use. It doesn't, to me, it doesn't feel as good and it doesn't sound as good. But we can't really compare those two because we're such a different price point that it's not a fair comparison. But it does not compare to those more expensive microphones. The same as I've said with all the other less expensive microphone reviews that I've been doing recently. It's all the same. They don't compare to the more expensive equipment. So if you want some really good quality, you're going to get what you pay for when it comes to wireless. Wired is a little bit different. I mean, for $100, you can buy a good, tried and true Shure 58 and hook it up, and this is the same microphone they've been using for years and years and years, and you can almost use it as a hammer, and it still works. So on the wired side, you can get by pretty cheap. Wireless, there's nothing cheap about good wireless. So we're talking about the VocoPro system. They are on the cheaper end or the more budget-friendly end. Like I said, the build quality of them isn't too bad. The sound of them, they can sound pretty good, but I haven't really heard them mixed to my liking in the past. Now, I've not EQ'd any of my own. I've not been the sound guy with any of them, so I don't know if there was any lack of experience with that, or if it's just the microphones themselves. But the mic system that we were using, I was kind of looking over it as we were backstage setting up. I was getting my guitar out and just hooking everything up for my wireless gear with my guitar and our things. And I'm looking at the system that he has, and it looked like it was 8 channels. And he had like a very small, I'm gonna say it was like maybe a 8-channel mixer, very small mixer that he had. So these 8 channels could not fit into that mixer if it was all 8 channels coming through as 8 channels. So this particular setup that he had, and it was VocoPro, and I will find the model that I can remember that he was using, and I'll put it here on the screen so you can see. But he had 8 different microphones, and he had one output from that microphone system into his mixer, and then the rest of his mixer was for the instruments. Now, it worked. It didn't sound bad, but it did not sound like some of the higher quality stuff that I've seen. There was definitely a difference in the equipment. Now, I think the guy who was doing it, he was telling me what he was wanting to get, and it sounded good. I thought that's a good system that you're looking at. But what he had with that VocoPro system, the drawback for me was that you had everything. Now, he could mix it on volume, but what I couldn't figure out was how was he truly setting each microphone's EQ and each microphone's gate if there was one on it, compression if there was one on it, how is it giving it gain, all these things that's normally on your console had to have been built into this. I don't know, but I do know that the sound coming out of it was more difficult on him to mix than it should have been, because he's going back and forth from these two different consoles. Basically, it was an easy setup for him because he just pulled his unit out, plugged in one XLR to his, or maybe even a 1/4 inch, I can't remember, but it'll be on the screen here so you can see what all the connections are. But it was a cool setup. I mean, it was an easy setup for him. It was very mobile, which is what he was needing. He needed something that was a quick mobile setup to where it was something inexpensive that he could use. And, you know, and it worked. Now, I've been to some churches as well that had that same exact equipment, and they sounded the same. It wasn't quite to my ear what I wanted to hear out of that microphone. And so that's my review on that mic. It just, no place I've ever been with that brand sounded like I was expecting it to sound. It didn't sound bad unless you have somebody who's like covering up they're preaching and they're covering up the microphone and they're talking like this into it, talking like this and yelling into it. Then that's a little bit different, but you're going to have that problem with any microphone you have, so you can't blame the mic on that one. But that was happening as well in a couple of these churches I was in that was using these. And so yeah, my experience on those, they do have the battery packs in them. Some of them did, to where there are rechargeable batteries inside of them, and you drop them into the charger and you're good to go on your batteries. I believe these had the same thing. So that's a pro. But I would be hesitant to really purchase any of those myself, just because of the sound that I've heard out of them in some of the churches that I've been in. So like I said, we've used them at times for events, never owned any of them. The build quality does feel pretty good. There was not any dropouts on these, and with some of the churches I was in, I know they're probably maybe at least 70 feet away from the head unit. The outdoor events that we were in, they were probably about 25 feet away, and they were outside. Didn't have any dropouts there. Their cost is on the cheaper end, and you can get, like say, multiple microphones in one head. So if that's something that you're needing, that can be a pro for you. The cons, once again, for me, just wasn't a fan of the sound of it. But that's my review of the Vocor Pro systems. I've never owned any, so I can't really give you a true review of ownership, just from a user's perspective. Yeah, that's what I think of them. I would not recommend, from the sound side of it, I wouldn't want to buy any. But I will say that it could be just the difference of sound engineers and mixers as well. I don't know. Not owning them, just telling you from a user's perspective. That's my review. I would say to save up and buy the more expensive, tried and true brands. But I will leave an affiliate link to the Vocor Pro system if it's something that you are needing. Like I say, these cons, sometimes these things are more of a personal preference, and if that's something that you would prefer, then by all means, man, go buy it, use it. But we'll leave an affiliate link down below so you can go check them out. And if it's something that you like and something that you need, and it's at your price point, then the link is there. You can use it, and like I say, it doesn't cost you anymore, but it does give us a little bit of commission, so that's appreciated. But yeah, you can go watch a few of my other videos on the reviews that I had for the GTD audio and the Phoenix Pro, and then of course this one for the Vocor Pro. All those are the less expensive of brands that I have used in the past. I've only owned one of them, and our church owns the other one, and then the Vocor Pro's one I've never owned, but I have used quite a few times now. And so having everybody has an opinion of what they're using, and so I'm just giving you my honest opinion about the Vocor Pro system. Of course, what I'm used to every week is your higher end equipment that our church uses. So even when I come back like to my house or whatever, and we're using our talkbacks, I was telling you on another video, our GTD audio that we purchased years ago for our personal ministry when we were traveling, just because they were inexpensive. I go back and use one of these now in the studio as a talkback, and it feels cheap in comparison. But it does feel, all these microphones I'm talking about have felt decent. They haven't felt like cheap microphones, but all of them have felt decent. The Vocor Pro is probably, for me, the least favorite of the 3 budget mics that I've used. So, but that's a personal preference. Some of you guys may love them, some of you guys may hate them. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments. If you've used them before, if you like them, if they've given you good service, or if not, share that info with us and help somebody else out that's maybe looking at buying some because they're in their price range and it's what they're needing. Should they make that purchase, or should they steer clear from it? Say, my opinion is save up and buy the more expensive. But I will say though that if that's what you're needing and you need 4 or 8 microphones on a budget, this is something that you can try out. Just like on the other videos, if this is for a youth ministry or a children's ministry or something like that, I'm always thinking of how we can save money, and do we really need that expensive gear in those ministries because of the environment? They might get dropped, they might get kicked, they might get whatever, because how children's and youth ministries can be at times. Maybe the microphone is set on the stage, but you're playing dodgeball and it gets hit and knocked over and destroyed. You just destroyed $100 mic instead of a $600 mic or $800 or whatever. That's my thoughts on the Vocor Pro system. The link is in the description. You can check out robandjen.com. That is our website, and we have our church talk page on there as well, where we have our cups and our t-shirts and all the different merch that you can find. Look through it, and if any of it you like, you can pick up there, and our affiliate links are on there as well. I put everything on there that we are, not everything, but there's a lot of gear. There's a page dedicated to just the gear that we normally use. Going to be doing some more videos in the future of the reviews of the gear that we are using in our church, so that you have an idea of maybe how long is it lasting? Is it what we thought it was? Is it worth the price, or is it worth going and buying the more inexpensive gear? Things of that nature. So we want to start doing some reviews on that. So stay tuned. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel and click the notification, so that when I do upload those new videos, you'll be notified of it. Make sure you hit the like button as well, so that this video and others like it is being pushed on out to others, so that they can hear these reviews and hear from you guys who are commenting and sharing your thoughts as well, because that's the whole reason for this channel, is so that we can network and hopefully learn from each other. And maybe if the budget mic is not going to work for you, then maybe I saved you the $100 $150 that's wasted on a cheaper system. Or if a budget mic's going to work and you can get by with the $125 purchase when you was going to spend $1,200, it just saved you a ton of money. So you're welcome. All right. Thank you guys for watching, and we will see you guys next time on Church Talk. God bless.